You
the
don't just
cloud.
the cloud automatically?
Well, it can, but my cloud storage is full right now and I need to clear it out. So
Wow.
I need
Okay.
to spend some time on Zoom today and clean some stuff up.
Okay, so do you know up to date how many Zoom registrations we have?
Up to date. No. So just to answer that question, I don't. I do whenever it was that I responded to your email. The last we had was 35.
I remember that part. Yeah, 35. A lot of people are still messaging me like, oh, like how do they register? And you've put it there on the website twice, like the red button. So I don't know if you can make a flash or make that a moving GIF or something. Please, because people are like missing it. Like I see
Really?
clearly before you do the intro of speakers, like a register for Zoom. And then the bottom, it's again register for Zoom, but people are missing it. So I think that needs to be just
Okay.
big.
So I need to highlight that somehow. All right.
Because I mean, I'm giving out the register, I'm giving out the information page and telling them like go register for Zoom. It's on there. They should be able to click that button. But I think you just got to make it more apparent. This is where they can click this
Okay.
button.
All right. All right. Uh,
Because what I'm having to
by the
do,
way, thank you for coming to our Share Your Light gathering yesterday. That was
I was so happy to because I kept missing them, and I just finally had like a break, and I was like, let me
we're
just
at
jump
64 now. Wow.
64. That seems low. Sorry.
Well, it's almost double where we were a few days ago. So if we keep at that trajectory,
Okay, 64. Okay. And then can you just cross-check that for me later on to make sure all the speakers are registered? And if they haven't,
yeah.
then
Well, I know not all the speakers were registered as part of the 35. So I'd be
okay.
surprised if they're all registered. I don't
Because then
know.
I need to
You
put
know how
them.
that goes. We've seen it several times now.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, but no, I will go through here.
please. Yeah, please cross-check and let me know which of the speakers did not register. So we'll maybe just send them a reminder email that they got to do that because we had a lot of Zoom issues last time. And if we can get that taken care of advance, that'd be good.
Yeah. And one of the things that I need to do,
And it's just one Zoom link, right? Like for all the sessions, morning and afternoon. It's just
yeah,
one. Okay.
yep, yep. Although I opened up the so that we had 12 occurrences just because I didn't want to. You remember how on Friday last in November, we had trouble people getting access into the room?
Yeah. And you sent them the reminder, which I'd asked you to, like, just,
Well,
hey,
it was
like,
because there was something set up uh, in Zoom such that they when the last meeting started, I'm still going to leave it open to the 12th. I don't know how to make that. Maybe if I open it up to no. Gosh.
and LinkedIn events page has changed up what they used to offer. So before, like, I could do all the discussion pages, etc., on the LinkedIn events page, but they removed all that. And I'm doing that on Facebook. So Facebook has all the discussion stuff now that I'm putting stuff on. And so to date, we have 81 people that have accepted on LinkedIn event page. And so what
Okay.
I'm going to do now is just message each of them and say, hey, here's a Zoom link. And I'm actually just copying the Zoom link.
Okay. Great.
For most of them, it's people that I know, and this is the cool part, like even people that I'm not connected with that I don't know that are accepting the summit, it's a way for me to like message them. So
Right.
that's really cool. But yeah, we have 81 people. So I'm literally having to message each of the 81.
Are you doing that through LinkedIn or how are you messaging
My
them?
phone app, like I'll just turn on the TV and I just like copy and paste message. It's just a template, copy and paste. And it's funny. This is what I used to do all the time recruiting. So it's like
Really?
literally my previous life is now intertwining.
I
Uh,
love that. And I can't say enough how grateful I am for all that you do.
you're welcome. I've invited 500 people to date.
500. Wow.
Yeah, and that's just going through, and you can do this too. So I was gonna say, like, you once you accept the meeting invitation, the event, you can then further invite your people and
Yeah,
just
yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure I have invited, I don't know. I've invited so many people to so many different things lately
but it should
that
be
I,
on your phone. If you do it on your phone, it's easier than doing it on the desktop. And on your phone, you just kind of boom, 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 just click all of the names.
yeah.
Click
Well,
through
one
all
of the things that I have done is if you go by industry and say, okay, all my professional coaches and whatever people, invite all those people, and then, whatever marketing people, there are some key industries that my people tend to be in. But you also have how many connections do you have on LinkedIn?
So I'm trying to get to 10,000. Most of them are I gotta weed them out. They're old connections, but whatever. I just want it to look good. So I'm trying to get to 10,000 this year. I'm at 9,000.
See, I'm at 500 or something. And
So you should be inviting all 500 of your people.
well, the problem is that half of them, I don't want them to come. So,
Oh, yeah. I
because it's
remember.
all corporate people and it's like, man, no. And I've already weeded through a bunch of them. So maybe I can go through at least most of the 500.
Yeah, that's one of the things I need to do. I need to weed them out, but I figured once I get to 10,000, then I can start weeding out, right? But still like maintain my number in a way.
Yeah.
Um, so, but no, it's a vanity thing, but that's okay. In the but it's so cool because on my list, I didn't think I invited her, but she accepted. Her name is Kelly. She was one of the children's ministry leader in my old church in Boston. I was like, oh my gosh, I know
Oh,
her name.
cool.
So,
Oh,
it's fun when those things happen. But
that's awesome.
okay, cool.
Yeah, I will send you an update of the 64 people that we have.
Okay.
Um, yeah. And I will also update. So let me make sure I've got notes of that.
And I can send you the
I will
template.
figure out some way to, I don't know, have angels sing when people get close to the registration button or something.
Please, birds, musical notes, some flashing lights. Like I'm serious because people are missing it, and it's I don't know. They've been conditioned. Um, and I can send you the message template I have. I just wrote, hey, thank you so much for accepting the invitation to attend. This is the only summit where your heart, soul, mission sing together in abundance. Please be sure to register with your Zoom. I copied the exact Zoom link. And if you go through the people that accepted your invitation, you can message them directly. And you can do the
Yeah.
same for Facebook, right? So I need to
Yeah.
do that for Facebook as well because we need to always constantly be in people's minds.
Yep.
Okay. So anyway, so that's one order of business. And Irma, if you're watching this, like you too can invite your peeps and get the message out. All right. So as far as like speaker management, I don't know, like I'm kind of having a roadblock because it didn't go as smoothly as I want it to be. It's something I probably need to work on.
Tell me what you mean by that.
Like I have not responded to Jennifer at all, and I should. I will. I will today.
I sent out her, I'm pretty
My
sure I reached out to her to connect on Facebook and on LinkedIn. I don't know that I got a response from her. I've tried well, I know I've at least invited everybody that's either in the Heart Note anthology or on the summit to connect. I don't know that I probably ought to go because LinkedIn is not, well, neither one of them is wonderful at letting me know that we're connected or not. It seems to do for some, but not for everybody.
It's under your notifications. Like if you go to the top.
I know, but it's not. It's like some people I find that I'm actually connected to them when I don't know. It doesn't seem to be consistent. Maybe it's just because I'm missing something, but I don't know.
Because she kind of threw me off a little bit and it's bothered me. Where she's like, can you please remind me what I signed up for or like what my talk title was? And I was like, So that to me was just kind of like a block, and I couldn't get over that block, right? When it was just simply copy and paste. Okay, this information submitted. But anyways, I do want to talk to her. Just kind of like, okay, are you feeling prepared? Do you need
Well, the thing that,
I don't
yeah, and
even have her Facebook or LinkedIn. I think I have her, but I don't know if it's the same person. And I don't know if she goes by her full name because it's like Jennifer Nasheed Saunders or just Jennifer Saunders.
let me look because I know I found her because one of the clues that I had for who she is that she's actually pretty involved in Toastmasters. I'm sure that's how she knows um, Irma is through the professional speakers group, Toastmasters group that they're both part of. So I have invited Jennifer to be a connection on LinkedIn. She has not accepted. I can send you her link if you want it.
Yeah, if you could put that in the chat for me, so then I can reach out to her as well. But I definitely feel like okay, we need to talk to her.
And I've got somebody that can jump in if we need to. So
Okay, all right, awesome. Because yeah, I'm not feeling if she is prepared, and she hasn't really reached out. And Megan, I will need to talk to because she just had a whole bunch of questions. I helped her set up because she didn't want like a because her with her brain trauma. I just learned this with her brain trauma. She doesn't look like she's a disabled person, right?
right,
But clearly she went through this very like traumatic brain injury, and if she's too public, then it cuts into her benefits. He's like, oh, wait a minute, like you're fine, you don't deserve benefits, right? So when she explained it to me, it's like, oh, now I get it. So I just told her like I I showed her a free website resource, and she did a great job um, with putting her information on this website, just so like people have like a place to touch base with her, right? So I can put that in the chat. But she went through all that, and she just had a bunch of questions about her Zumba class, and it's just like you're going to be talking during the day. And then you'll be coming back again in the afternoon after the break. So you have
mm,
opportunities to tell people what to expect, like wear comfortable clothing, it's fitness, like but she's
right.
just overly cautious. And I was just like, okay, I can't.
Well, that's understandable because not only does she have the physical or the I guess mental impact of the trauma that she's encountered, but there's also a traumatic aspect of it in that uh, it's kind of like if you've ever had an experience where uh, you're just traumatized to the degree that if you see it again, that it brings back all the memories and everything.
Hmm.
Uh, and it can be the simplest thing. I mean, like I had an experience just yesterday when I was in my mastermind group and someone was talking about someone killing somebody, and it just brought a bunch of stuff back for me, and I had to work through it, um, which I can do really quickly now, but in the past it would take me a long time to work through it. Um, so there's that aspect of what Megan is dealing with, I'm sure, as well. I would love it. Maybe this is just kind of my hope for people like Megan or my son or whatever, is that they can live their full life rather than feeling like they have to be not play full out because they have to keep their benefits or whatever. It's
But not even have to rely on that, right? Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I think, yeah, I mean, and I just don't know why they would put that limitation on someone. Oh, you don't look disabled. And she called it like an invisible, disease. So,
yeah. No, I
you know,
very much relate to that.
I really enjoyed talking to her the first time, and then she took up all my suggestions. But I think just to kind of like her email just like overwhelmed me, like to go through all that. I'll just like talk to her this Friday or
I
something.
suspect that she's just gonna like really blossom. I mean, I think what she anyway, I think she has the potential to do some really cool things, but she has to figure out how she's going to make the disability aspect of it work.
Mhm. Yeah, and I know that she's gonna be a phenomenal speaker, right? So that alone, I said, yeah, you can just do like a talk, right? Like just your speaker can invite, and her Zumba fitness like helped her because she really had to come up with her own treatment plan. Like they gave her nothing after they
Yeah.
discharged her, and so like she was able to discover Zumba and have this whole
I
community
want to make
right.
a connection with her. And do you remember Deborah Jensen, who thinks she was on a
Yeah,
July?
exactly. Yeah, Deborah and her would be awesome together. Definitely. I was thinking exactly of Deborah when I heard about Megan's story.
Yeah. So I'll make a connection between the two.
So Dr. Ann, I know that Dr. Ann was in the hospital. She's like trying to recover, but I really haven't had any interaction with her. I was with her at Mila's writing workshop, but that was it. And just haven't
Okay.
really, like, I just don't know where, like, I just don't know where she's at with her stuff.
Okay.
Jackie Bailey is on vacation. I think she's back this
She's
week.
back now because she sent me a video of communication.
Okay. All right. Because, okay. So, because we were trying to coordinate her video, but she was on vacation. So I might, the people that I have not done videos with, um, are Susan, but Susan came off like a really big summit of her own, which I
She
missed.
did.
Like I was impressed with her, and I was like, wow. So she must have had help though. I know she's a VA, so
Yeah.
but I was really impressed with her. And she called it a tele summit, which I thought was clever. But Susan, I'm not worried about, but I just haven't had like any kind of communication with Susan. Nancy, I know is going through some stuff, but I haven't had anything with Nancy.
Really? Huh.
Yeah. Like Nancy never like she didn't respond to any of my emails and she didn't really schedule her interview spotlight either. I need to learn how to do the Google form because I think I made just like an Excel sheet and like people supposed to like pick a slot.
Well,
But
I
I
can
did
do a. You want to do a quick tutorial on how to do Google Forms because it's super
in a minute.
simple.
Yeah, in a minute. I
Okay.
think so
Sure.
just because they're not, and especially if people don't have Gmail or they're not a Google user, it's really hard for them to get into those like Google Sheets, right? And
Yeah.
so, but yeah, in a minute, if you could show me Google Forms. Um, and then Chris, I'm not worried about because I think he's just going to redo his presentation from last time, but haven't heard anything from him either.
Yeah. I was impressed that he came to the last whatever gathering that was that we did. Was it last week?
Yeah. So that's just kind of an update.
And Nancy said that she would be available for the Heart Note anthology because I was thinking about doing something like what you've done for the summit with the Heart Note anthology, where I just have a quick interview with people on Friday and Saturday to promote the launch of the book.
So is it this Friday, this Saturday? Oh, I missed that too altogether. Okay, so this Friday and Saturday, you want to do like a live?
Yeah, just honestly, what I want to do, what I'm thinking is that I will open up my calendar like you did and have people show up at those times, and then we'll just do a Facebook. Either apparently there are two tools you can use: StreamYard like you did, or use another tool called Restream. There's some way I think if you have the paid version of Restream, you can actually have the feed actually feed out to the guest Facebook feed and whatever other feeds as well. So it wouldn't just be the host Facebook feed.
Yeah, my friend Fanny on LinkedIn is going to do a whole like Restream versus StreamYard like live streaming thing this
Mm.
Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern.
Oh,
I'm so
really?
excited. I'm gonna watch it. Yeah, I'm gonna watch her show, and she's interviewing Gabe, who I follow. Like he's a live stream producer, so that's gonna be really good. Because I need to get back into it, you know. So because they were the people that I followed before when I was trying to get ready for
Mm.
LinkedIn Law. Um, but yeah, just I can tag you to that post, but she's gonna go and do an episode on it.
Okay, cool.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to still figure between the two, StreamYard or Restream. But I think it's a great idea, you know, just live stream it and like what we did and have the people pop in and do their cameos. I didn't realize because one of the things we didn't want was like to overlap the book with the summit, but it might be a good tie-in because we can give like a discount code, right, for the book. Like,
Well,
hey,
we
like anyone
don't
attending.
have to. I mean, I haven't yet clicked the button saying we're publishing.
I thought you did. I thought you did, and we were doing it February 12th.
No, it's scheduled to be when Mila and I met, and I'm a little I mean, it's understandable, but I'm a little disappointed that Mila's not been able to join us. But we said that we would publish the book this Saturday, just because that's a Saturday apparently is a good day to publish.
Okay.
Although, as we talked about earlier, I don't want to, it is not, I do not want to make a practice of working on any Saturday. So I don't
Okay,
know.
so you're pushing the publish button this Saturday. That hence
Yes.
the interviews. Oh, okay, got it. Okay.
Yeah. And I don't actually know how that works, whether I can schedule that so that it publishes on Saturday, or if I have to be, if it has to be something that I do live when that happens. Because I haven't gotten that far in the process yet. So
Well, when we released the book covers, I didn't want like people to like promote it, but like Kathy and Brian already promoted it, you know? So it's like this lag. It's like, oh shoot. But
yeah.
anyway, so um
Well, we're learning and we're doing. I mean, it's like, this will be
I don't
our,
want to be confused too. I mean, I thought that was good that we would wait until the February 12th after the summit to show, right? Because we'll come off the summit like really high energy, and then okay, there's a book launch, whatever. But now you're doing the book launch this weekend. That might work. I mean,
well, I mean, we can push it out to after the summit. I don't,
I think so. Just right. I mean, you can still publish, like push it, but maybe we don't start up promotions till after the summit. We can promote during the summit,
mhm.
and then it'll be
Yeah, and
available
say
for
this is
people.
available, and and then make a big push for that. Okay.
Let's do that. Let's so do what you're gonna do to push publish, right? Because we got it because it takes them a while, I heard, to like get into the system. We
Yeah.
can talk it up during the summit itself. And then even after the summit, that gives an excuse to kind of like keep in touch with people. Hey, by the way, we've got a book out.
Yeah. And we'll make the printed copy of it available for that Saturday after the summit. Or maybe
Yeah.
even, I wonder if we ought to do it on Friday of the summit and say, hey, it's available now, and go by before you leave the summit, get this set up so you can make sure that you've got access to this book and to keep your heart song singing or something like to that effect.
Yes. Because you would have walked them through the collage, and we're gonna do the digital magazine, so they kind of get an idea like, hey, and like now
I love that idea of doing, I've been thinking about doing something like that, but have you done anything with that? Are you familiar with those tools, or?
I like Issue. I've not used it, but I like the look and feel of it. But then was researching. There's like so many other free tools, so I was like, okay, well, this seems like pretty doable, right? And just like, and it flips like a magazine, and it makes that swish sound too, which I think is really cool. And then it's digital, right? So, and the fact that we're all about expressing ourselves in different mediums. So we got the book, now we got this digital magazine, and then who knows what comes up next. But
Well, we're talking about doing a yearbook for the next summit.
But I think that as we're talking to people about, how our summits are different, because we like to bring people together and do these projects and then like have a collection. So they'll be in that experience. And then Friday night we say like, by the way, from a previous summit, we were able to do the same exact concept, and we have a book, and it's available now for print. You can get your copy today. It's available today.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So let's do that.
Okay.
I think that'd be exciting.
So we will publish, do we publish on Friday, or do we publish on Wednesday, or when? Well, let's do it Friday so we can build up the hype for it on Wednesday and Thursday, and then actually make it available on Friday.
But when you say make it available, that means it will be on Amazon. The link is there. I can click on the link and get a copy.
Yes.
Okay.
The print copy.
The print copy. Okay. We might even do like something fun, like I will autograph a copy for you. Like the first person to raise their hand or the first person to chat, like I want one. I will grab their name. I will autograph a copy for them.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we can actually set that up right now too, such that we can buy these, up to 5 copies each. Well, up to 5 copies for a proof copy. And honestly, because you're so dang close to the distribution center, like it took all the rest of us, twice as long to get our books as it did you. But if we set that up, you can have 5 copies that you can have physically in your hand, and you can sign it and send it to them.
Sign it and send it. Yeah, and I can even do it live. Like, oh, Marsha, thank you so much, dear Marsha. What would you like me to write? And then they can see it and then ship it off to them. Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you could order me 5 copies, yeah, or
Okay.
even 10 copies, because I'm
I
going.
can't do 10. I don't think I can do 10 proof copies. I can do 5 copies at our proof cost, which will be like, it's like $3 per proof plus whatever the shipping and handling is.
Oh,
But
so
if I do 5 copies, it'll cost me less for shipping and handling because it's not going 5 different places. The thing that cost me the most in sending out these proofs that we have was the shipping. It was twice as much for the shipping as it was for the book itself.
Oh, so even the proof is much more special, right? Because it's like a limited edition proof, right? Versus like the nice, like this is the raw galley copy in a way.
Well, this is.
That's the galley. Okay.
But what I have in KDP right now is that will be what will be available to everybody. It's just
Okay,
actually that might not be a bad idea to do it that way. 1, so that you can have them and sign it, but 2, also to make sure that there isn't anything that's glaring, like the spine. That's taken
fine.
care of.
Okay, so do that today, Steve. Yeah, order the 5 proof, maximum 5 proof, send them to me. Yeah.
Okay.
And that way I'll have them physical in my hand and be like, you can get our first proof autographed.
Do you mind?
Print out little pictures. I'll print a little bookmark, like make it all really like jazzed up. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, yay! So we'll be giving away 3 proof copies because I want to keep 1. I'll give you 1. I'll send 1 to you.
Okay.
Okay, cool. All right, so you're working that. So 5 proof copies.
And do you mind sending some money to help pay for all those 5? I mean, it'll be fairly minimal. I've got PayPal. I've also got Venmo, which is probably the easier way to do it. Do you use Venmo?
I use Venmo. So okay. Okay.
So I'll set that up. I'll let you know what it is.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And then we set the price point at $12.99?
Honestly, I was thinking like $9.99. I don't know.
$14.99.
You were thinking what?
$14.99.
$14.99? Okay.
We have to split it somehow. I mean, if we get book sales, I was wondering like how we would split it.
Yeah, well, I think evenly, but we will have to come up with some agreement as to what we can do a couple of things. I think we need to sit down and talk about how we're doing that. So everybody's in agreement and we know actually what our profits are going to be per book sold.
And then I also want to order because I'm going to this retreat at the end of the month. And so I want to be able to have physical copies I'm going to sell. And I'm going to sell them at $10 a copy, cash.
How much? $10 cash?
Cash, right? And it's instant and it's autographed.
Yeah.
So that's why I think $14.99, and then I can sell it for cash. And then if you were to go to like events locally or even Irma or Mila, right, you can sell it $10 for cash.
Okay. Yeah. You want to send out an email to everybody proposing that, and just so we can all be in agreement on it?
I mean, I would even like it even higher because then.
Well, I want to see like what. I don't know. I don't know what's comparable on Amazon.
Because a hardcover will charge more.
Right.
And again, I mean, we're starting out, but it is a really high quality book. And so I just feel like, yeah, like I deserve to be $14.99 or I deserve to be $17.99. $22.22. No, actually, you know what? It's $22.22. It's $20.22. $20.22. But okay, I'll send out the email proposing that. But Yeah, if we can launch it that way, I can start selling, and then I can, that will just go into the summit fund because we'll definitely need like a VA or something in the future.
Well, that was the
Um,
other thing I was thinking is, maybe we have a portion that goes to each of us, but we also have a portion that goes to
the summit
the,
fund, yes, yes, I wholeheartedly agree. Yep, yep, and I wouldn't mind that either.
that way we can pay for whatever we need to pay for to keep this
Indeed, that.
going.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I'll put that in there too. So, price, and then in-person price, I guess, and then splits, and then portion for fund. Okay. Okay. All right, so that's good. So you know what to do about the book then. Um, we'll just talk about it during the summit, kind of coincide that together. And then maybe one of our lives, we can just talk about one of the lives. So it's like wrap ups and takeaway lives. We could even do like a surprise one and just, have the speakers come on and share their stories.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to do a live of my own personally and like kind of like share this experience, like holding the book like you were going through yesterday and like reading an excerpt. But I don't want to do that like too advanced of the general thing, right?
Yeah.
You're dying to do it. But anyway, so I will take you a cue from that. Um, I think overall, I mean, I feel pretty good about the speakers, but I just don't know, like, I don't know. I'm missing some cohesion. And I sent out an email. I don't know why people kept telling me, like, the next meeting get together is going to be on Wednesday, February 2nd. And I have in the calendar, I invited her, but they were telling me it's canceled. I'm like, I didn't cancel it. Like, it's not canceled on my end.
Huh.
And so that just makes me concerned. I'm like, okay, so I got to refresh that email. I hopefully people can come because that would be like an actual rehearsal.
Yeah. So we're meeting at least I have it on my calendar as we are meeting, the hosts are meeting at 10, and then we have the presenters meeting at 11.
Correct. Yep.
I've got 9 people who said yes. Um,
Yes,
I
I
don't know
just need because I
who
have
is
an
the
email.
relaxation, who is a relaxation lounge?
That was Denise Ecker, and she pulled out the last minute, and so she's like, "I don't think this summit's for me." I'm like, "Okay, that's fine."
So I've got Anita that said yes. I've got Ann, Kathy, Chris, Dawn, is it Dennis or Dustin Bruley, Jackie
That's
Bailey, Vincenzo, Emily.
so that's for our February 2nd meeting.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'll just send a little reminder. I'll refresh that invitation, I guess, because Maureen was the one that said that she didn't get it, and then Helen, etc. And not
Okay.
everyone responded with their drops and giveaways, and there's some questions about that too. So anyway, so my idea was for that day, I would just do the actual like template that Irma, and I follow, and we're gonna show them like this is exactly what we're gonna be saying and doing, and when you come on, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Your song we're playing. If you don't have a song, I'm just gonna choose one for you because you never responded, and then etc. And like your drops and giveaways and like the chat blurbs. It's all gonna be like just one full document.
Yeah.
And I was thinking that we would take the first 10 minutes. So like at 11 we start, but the first 10 minutes you and I and Irma could give like our opening remarks. And then Kathy comes on at like 11:10 or 11:15.
Okay.
And she's
Okay.
good with that. She's gonna do like a 30-minute talk.
Do we know who has wants a 30-minute and who wants 45 minutes?
We do.
Okay. Have
At least
you got
I
a
do,
master list of that somewhere?
possibly. So I need to compile that. And that will be in like the show flow as well too.
Okay.
But,
Cool.
but
Cool.
yeah, we do need to figure that out. Who I think for the most part, everybody wants 45 minutes.
Yeah. I didn't see very many people saying 30 minutes, but
Yeah, not many people wanted 30. So, but I think okay. But
and I want
yeah,
to figure out like what are we going to be doing? Maybe we can talk about the heart collage. We can talk about the book. talk
Yeah,
about, kind of like what's next.
I wanted to bring up Lee Little. Lee Little was the guy
Oh, that's
that
right. Yeah.
was with Susan for 7 years and then messaged us because he was part of our first summit. So I kind of like want to bring him. So I wanted him to do like a cameo on one day.
Yeah.
If he shows up, like I just want to spotlight him and ask him about his Wounded Warrior book and all that.
Yeah. Well, that's
It's
cool.
a really nice thread. So I think we'll have plenty of fillers, you know.
Okay.
And if nothing else, we'll do some laughter exercises.
Excellent. I like it. I
Yeah.
liked the quesadilla thing that you did yesterday. The
Oh, so I was talking to Christine and I came up like with a new one.
oh really?
I'm so proud of myself. Yeah, because I was really inspired. Because she was asking me, "Oh, do you think you'll use this?" I'm like, "Definitely, I'm going to use this." And let me pull it up. And then I was so inspired because I'm savvy, right? So I'm going to do SAVVY,
Mm. Oh, that's
right?
cool.
So make a list of 25 things that make you awesome or make you savvy. So it's skill sets, your attributes,
Mm.
or appearances, right? So it could be attributes or appearances.
Okay.
Like it could be like your generosity or the fact that you love animals, right? Attributes.
Sure.
Then values, victories, right?
Victories. Oh, nice.
Victories. And then why could go different directions. So why could be for yum. So according to the foods you like to eat, yum. Or why could be like young at heart. Like what are the things that you do, the
Mm.
activities that you do to keep you youthful or
Mm.
keep you young at heart. So
I
honoring the
love
inner
that.
child.
I
So
can.
that's my savvy list.
That is awesome. That's awesome.
So yeah, I was like, oh, so amazed. I love that. So I told her I so appreciate you sharing that because I'm going to use it, because it's a really good like icebreaker, and it's a really good way just to kind of like when you're going to
Oh,
networking
that
meetings.
gives me some ideas because I've been trying to think of like what's my discovery call session like, and I could work with people through either the presentation. I'm actually competing in Toastmasters today, a speech contest, and I'm going to be talking about the 5 keys of prosperity, which are um, compassion, courage, curiosity, clarity, and consistency. But I also have my 7-step courage formula, which is an acrostic for each of the 7 letters of courage. So, cherish your authentic voice, own your creative expression, use your core competency, etc. So I could use that as a discovery. It's like, fill us in for you and see what.
Yeah, like make a Google form and have them fill it out, and then you guys can discuss in a discovery call. Oh, I like that.
Oh, we were going to spend some time looking at a Google form.
Yes. I'm not. Let me see. Let's see what else. So I need to get together that compiled list of the 30 or 45-minute presenters. We'll just have some like, a backup list of things we can do to fill those in.
Yes. Yep. And I'm
Um,
talking to someone tomorrow who wants to be involved with the summit, but our summit's full. But what we're going to talk about is one, she's done vision boards before, and so I don't know, I'm talking to a couple of different people about doing vision boards and so forth, and getting some ideas around that. But also, I think she could help bring some energy into at different times. But I don't
is it
know what
Carol?
the no. Her name is Emmy Rousseau.
I mean, okay.
Um, yeah. So I don't know. I don't. It's just kind of an exploratory conversation tomorrow to see
Absolutely.
what.
Oh, so that's the next thing I want to talk about. So I really love what you did with the PowerPoint. I was so impressed because I was really not feeling the heart collage thing. Like I wasn't feeling like how to do it, but then you just brought it to life, and I was like so impressed because in my mind I was thinking like we had to like get them to collect magazine pictures and this and that, right? And so, but they were so
I
easy.
so much prefer doing it via PowerPoint.
I know it was awesome, so awesome. So to your message, do you know how to use Loom
I
with like
do.
creating the tutorial? So
Yep.
maybe that's what you do, creating the tutorial on PowerPoint using Loom, and then we
Mm,
just grab that link and we can share with everyone.
yeah.
Like we can
Yep.
talk about it. Like we'll bring it up on screen, right? Like your collage. And
Yep.
then,
Well, I'm thinking there's some key things like, doing layering, doing the remove the background. What else was I thinking?
changing colors.
Oh, changing like background colors and things like that.
Well, sometimes you have an image that's like black or color you don't like, and then you can change that color or make it transparent or make it translucent. That's
Hmm.
a good thing. Yeah. Because like one of my icons was like the yoga lady with a tree and it was black. I was like, I don't want black because my background's already black. So I made it green, right?
Hmm. Are you talking about the fill color or?
The fill color.
Okay, yeah.
Fill colors, yeah.
Okay. Well, let me write these down. So,
Okay, perfect. So number one, open PowerPoint. Seriously. Because they
okay.
might not have it. They might have Keynote or they might have something else, but it's open PowerPoint. Number two, you have to choose a blank slide, right? Because it's going to come up with a title slide. You want to clear that. So it's a blank slide. And then number three, like import images.
Mm.
And then four would be like background remover. Like they can do it for you, but then if you want to get more precise, right, you kind of like choose to add or choose to remove, which I thought was really cool because it felt like you were snipping, like I
Yeah,
snipped.
yeah.
And then the move to background, move to front,
Yep,
overlays,
yep.
and then changing the fill color, sizing, right?
Hmm.
And then adding text.
Yeah, and
That's,
there's.
that's it. And then making sure to save.
Should I do something with word art, or have you done anything with that?
I know, but I don't have the same word art options because like in word art in Word, I can do like the curve and the verticals, but I couldn't find that in PowerPoint. It was just like a
Really?
shadow. Yeah,
Huh.
my PowerPoint version didn't have word art that I'm used to.
Huh.
But yeah, word
Interesting.
art, yeah, it's something fun. Word art, if they want to like have a phrase or a quote that they resonates with them.
Yep.
And then I didn't think about putting myself in my vision board, and I saw that you did. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. Like, so I just put myself in there too, right? It's mine. And then you could also maybe think about the grid, right? So they can choose grids if they want to make sure things line up.
Yeah. Well, I was wondering if I should also link to my crap presentation.
You could, yeah, yeah. I mean, we got to fill the time, so definitely do the crap. Yeah. Um,
Now you know crap about design.
I now I know crap. And then they can make a grid and like in each of the quadrants, right? Like they could divide into four
How do you
quadrants
do
and
the grid? I'm not
the
familiar with that.
view, right? Just view ruler, view grid. It has all those little boxes for you.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
So that way, so because it gives them some direction, because then they're not just staring at a blank piece of paper, right? So at least, okay, there's grids, and like I can choose, four quadrants, and like in this quadrant's gonna be my heart, this quadrant's gonna be my soul, my mission, and then things, that make me happy, because that kind of helps people categorize where they're gonna put the
Yeah, well,
images.
I like the I am statements that you came up with. And I
Yeah,
was thinking we could do something similar. I am, so that would be kind of my essence, my soul. But
mm-hmm.
we could also do something with, well, my community is whatever, and have that be more the heart side. And then you could say my work is whatever and have attributes regarding that.
Absolutely, yeah. And so that's where Mila comes in, right? With like the lists.
Hmm.
List making. Yep. So, and then I was thinking like I'll just start pulling images into a folder, and I can share that folder with people and say like, these are some images. If you like them, you can use them. I like pulled them for you already.
Like a Google folder or what kind of folder? Okay.
Yeah, Google folder.
Because we can also use Pinterest that way. Um, so
That is true. Yep, that is true.
okay, cool. Yeah, well,
So
maybe I can
we'll
make
make,
my
we'll make
images.
both available. And then I really like the idea that you've already got the Pinterest page up, and then they can always add their finished collage to that Pinterest page. That'd be really
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah. Um, and then we can say like, yeah, we're thinking about making this a digital magazine. So if you're open to it, we'll send you more details and info about that.
Hmm.
And that one we charge because I think that one we can charge
Okay.
to be part of. I mean, yeah. Um, what else is there? And helping the list really helps because like once you start like thinking about these are things, like the pictures just start coming.
So how about this? Because I think we need to talk about what our revenue streams are.
The book.
I like kind of doing. I was listening to Catalyst by Jonah Berger this morning, and one of the things that he talks about in there is the value of doing freemium models. There's another marketing tactic called the puppy dog strategy, which is essentially, let them take it home and be part of it. So you take the dog home. Most people that take the puppy home aren't going to bring the dog back because it's such a part of who they are now. And I mean, and the same thing with like Dropbox or like LinkedIn Premium and things like that. I'm like, if you get really into these things, then you upgrade to the premium version. So what I'm thinking as far as like the Get Summit Ready, I want to encourage all of our presenters to go through the Get Summit Ready. They don't necessarily have to, but I want to encourage everyone to do it just because that's going to make my life so much easier. I hate going through everybody's, really ridiculously long bios and, what their speeches are about. And they're always written they're never written from a marketing perspective. They're always written from, and it's like, okay, so I better, and have those Get Summit Ready workshops be something that they pay for. So we give them opportunities to do things that, where they get engaged in things like doing the Heart Note anthology or the magazine or whatever. But we also have some training workshop that's an aspect of it that they have to pay for. So that what people get used to paying us for is how we help them get to a higher level than what they can just do on their own. Right.
Yeah, I saw Speakers Playhouse. Like they start offering membership benefits now.
Yeah.
Right? So I was like, oh, that's interesting. So, well, I mean, I don't know if I want to do like the summit interviews again because I didn't get a whole lot of interest
Really?
in them. Yeah.
How many did you end up doing?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay.
Out of 21 people.
Well, that's almost half.
So it could be scheduling, but like I kind of like made it like this is part of their speaker package and like no one took me up on it. So I think,
well, you can't say nobody because 10 people did, but
then it's like, okay, I think I'm going to charge for that in the future.
That
takes a lot of work.
Well, yeah, we can have that be part of the Get Summit Ready package. Is we'll have, we'll do a video for you so people can have a blurb as to who you are and what you're doing and that kind of thing. Yeah, I think I can see how that would fit in.
Yeah, because I was just thinking like,
because honestly, there is, and I don't mean to cut you off, sorry. But there is so much stuff we could do with Get Summit Ready that we could have like a little short version of it. We can have a much longer extended version of it. Because you could do stuff with all the social media aspects, and how do you promote and how do you, get on leaderboards and how do you, fill up your social media calendar? Because you have, one of the reasons I don't do as much social media as you do is I don't have the ideas that you do. I mean, you seem to, for you, you got a lot more savviness with it than I do. And I'm just like kind of thinking, well, what could I do? And I don't know, and blah, blah, blah.
Thank you so much. Well, it's just like, I'm really big on like, okay, what are my income producing activities? Right.
Yeah.
And so I enjoy doing them, but then there are moments where I feel like, okay, is this making me any money? Is this making me any abundance? Is anyone appreciating this? So it's just like, So that was into it too. So that's why I'm like, I don't want to do it if someone doesn't like really fully appreciate it.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, honestly, I would ask that question too. Like, what are the feelings that you want to have when you do work with people? Is it income is part of it, but that's only honestly, that's only a part of it. What are the feelings that you want to generate? What's the relationship you want to have with people? What's the, one of the ways that I'm thinking, and one of the reasons I have pairs all over my vision board is because I think of it all as kind of my prospera tree.
Funny. Prosperity.
But everything that is an aspect of that tree leads to the value that is being produced in that tree. It results in a pear. It doesn't result in a banana. It doesn't result in an apple. It doesn't, it results in a very specific thing. And what is that one specific thing that that everything that I do leads people towards?
Here comes
And
another acronym, PAIR, P-A-R. Purpose, emotion, abundance, rewards, and relationships.
oh, that's awesome. Thank you.
I'm on an acronym train.
I better get out of here. I've got to get ready for the speech contest, but
Oh yes, okay. Yeah, so yeah, I really like the Get Summit Ready workshops. I do feel like that could be the value add that we have. And maybe we make a requirement of all the speakers that want to be participating.
well, so many of the summits that that people invite me to require some kind of upfront payment in order for me to be on their summit. And I really don't like that model. I don't want to charge people to be on my summit, but if we can add value to their lives by helping them be better summit ready and to do things like, the videos that you're creating and different, package things in different ways like that, then let's charge people for that and charge them appropriately so that not only do they have the opportunity to be on a summit, but they have something to show afterwards and that there's residual value from what they're creating.
Okay.
I think I just figured out what my R is for pair, but what's the residual value?
There you go, residual value. Yes. Awesome.
And I really do need to go, but
Okay. All right. To be continued.
yes.
So I'll see. Well, we have Monday as our next live. So I got to make a Loom tutorial, I think, about that, how to get on this live link. And then we're meeting again on Wednesday.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
Adios.
Okay. Ciao. You'll have to teach me a Vietnamese